Did you know that Sam's iconic speech in the movies was also in the books as well? Much like the movie, it was in the Two Towers, though it was in the stairs of Cirith Ungol and starts with, "Yes, that's so." "Yes, that's so," said Sam, "and we shouldn't be here at all if we'd known more about it before we started." And it goes on until things done and over and made into part of the great tales are different. Why, even Gollum might be good in a tale better than he is to have by you anyway. And he used to like tales himself once, by his own account. I wonder if he thinks he's the hero or the villain. Sam actually acknowledged there that Gollum had some good going on, which was very unexpected given his treatment of Gollum prior to then. Sam opens up with a situation that wasn't really warranted. I used to think it was about getting through what is not desired but needs to be done, but now I think it's also about how right before Sam suspects being tricked by Gollum as he had a hard time trusting him. But Sam figured they were already there, and it is often that way. Then after this, Sam references the other journeys, for example, the one that Bilbo went on in The Hobbit. I wonder if that last part there was alluding to the last chapter of The Hobbit. Bilbo went out and came back home with a changed heart. Beren never thought he would get the Silmaril, but he did, and the Silmaril went on and came to Eärendil. Frodo wasn't sure, as at the time of intense weariness, he couldn't see beyond the ring's weight. However, he seems to just be reminding Sam that the rest of the story is still to be determined. Sam starts to list things to look forward to, mainly rest and sleep and waking up to a morning's work in the garden in the interest of seeing good in the world. And people will say, "Let's hear about Frodo and the ring." And they'll say, "Yes, that's one of my favorite stories. Frodo was very brave, wasn't he, Dad?" "Yes, my boy, the famousest of the hobbits, and that's saying a lot." "It's saying a lot too much," said Frodo, and he laughed, a long, clear laugh from his heart. To Sam, suddenly it seemed as if all the stones were listening and the tall rocks leaning over them. You've left out one of the chief characters, Samwise the Stout-Hearted. I want to hear more about Sam, Dad. Why didn't they put in more of his talk, Dad? That's what I like. It makes me laugh. And Frodo wouldn't have got far without Sam, would he, Dad? And finally, for a brief period of time, Sam asked if Gollum wanted to be the hero or the villain, hinting that he probably was moved by his friend's compassion and mercy towards Gollum after all. However, you will see later that this was hard for him to maintain until he would become the ring bearer for a short amount of time. Before this, they were led to Cirith Ungol, 2 steep stairs on the way to Mordor after leaving Minas Morgul. The first being the straight stair, and the second being the winding stair. The ring continued to get heavier and heavier. Gollum had led them there into the east, and they all saw a red flash shortly after. Little did they know it would be the flame in Gorgoroth, and Minas Morgul would answer. There was a flare of livid lightnings, forks of blue flames springing up from the tower and from the encircling hills into the sullen clouds. The earth groaned, and out of the city there came a cry, mingled with harsh high voices as of birds of prey, and the shrill neighing of horses wild with rage and fear. There came a rending screech, shivering, rising swiftly to a piercing pitch beyond the range of hearing. The Lord of the Nine Riders, the Witch King of Angmar, would show up, and Frodo would experience the old wound again. Maybe it was the ring that called to the Wraith Lord, and he contemplated putting it on again. However, he grasped the phial of Galadriel instead. After completing the winding stair, they would see a tower guarding the passage, a black tower that was poised above the outer pass. Sam suspects being tricked by Gollum after seeing the locked tower. After realizing it would still be a long way, the hobbits decided to rest before making that last lap. Then they would talk about tales, which would be the equivalent of the iconic speech Sam made in the movies.